coming up from the other side today. All right, it is Thursday. We are at the Goodwill bins. We are not typically at the Goodwill bins on Thursdays, so I don't know what to expect, but maybe because it's hotter than you know what, there's not that many people here. This is the typical time we come, it's just 3 days later. So we're gonna go inside, we're gonna look for the books and the quilts and see what we can flip for a profit.
Yeah, we're about an hour later.
Yeah.
We'll see how it is.
Yeah, there might not be a lot of books left.
I'm gonna go look.
It is way less busy.
This is how not busy they are right now. There's a cart available.
First things first. It's so ugly, it's good. I'm gonna need this Afghan. And this looks like a really good camping quilt. I like the polka dots. Somebody painted their shoes. I'm guessing Halloween costume.
We've been in here 3 seconds. I found a walkie-talkie and I'm like, wonder if this will work with the other two we have, which you just have to be on the right channel. Jami's already got like an Afghan and a quilt. It does look like they recently just changed these out. It's usually a good sign if the sheets or blankets are on the top.
So this just needs to be reshaped a little bit, but it's a pretty little doll and it says handmade in West Germany. So before the Berlin Wall came down. The velvet is really pretty. I like her. I love her wings. In case you need a lace cover for your I think it's for tissues. I'm definitely gonna pick this up. That's cute. Just a plain cutting board, but could be sanded and oiled, and we always just pick these up anytime we can, especially if they're well loved. Look at this piggy. It's like a rag doll, like those bunnies picked up, but she has babies and a little basket. I'm gonna have to disconnect the basket so that way I can wash her. She's so cute.
Oh, and we got bin switch outs, which means they usually do those and then they come back through and they do the books. So maybe we'll get a book change out. So I have a 1926 standard mathematical service, arithmetics, and a Reader's Digest right here, just sitting on top. Another Reader's Digest poking up over here. So this is a children's book, but I was flipping through it. It's from 1950, but look at the art. If you're into horses, the equestrian art in here is so good. Look at like every page.
No, I love a good scrap quilt. This one is especially good. The back is like especially cool. It's like that cross stitch fabric. Bringing out all the new bins, so in a second they're gonna release everybody to go look. I do see a blanket that I'm interested in, so I'm gonna try for it. All right, this is what I saw first that I absolutely wanted.
Carry it for you?
Yes, please. That's a good one.
These are heavy.
Yeah, it's hot to be carrying quilts around, but I like it.
I like so far today. This is the first quilt for all day.
Those are nice. I like this one.
They're not great.
This is cute. It's a good find. Looks to have some hand stitching. It might be mass produced. I'll check it out when I get home.
So not only did we get a good green color, but Needlecraft Encyclopedia. It's from 1947, I believe is the last copyright, but it's got color picture in it, so I'm not sure. I need to look at that again. It's going to be a Reader's Digest day. I'm up to 4 Reader's Digests. Just pulled this Afghan out. Really liking that it's big and it's tightly woven. It's or quilted or however they do it. It's really heavy. Love it when I combine these aluminum pictures in here. This is Vico.
You guys, it's got cats on it. That is so cute. So I was looking, I was like, that doll looks kind of creepy, but I love the fabric and, you know, it's kind of cutesy. Missing the flower arrangement, but she's on a base. And I look at the tag. This is an Anna Lee doll. Originally $66, like back in the day. And I believe these are collectible. So I will be buying this Anna Lee doll and taking her home. Just found this Raggedy Ann bowl. It says 1969, the Bob's Merrill Company. It's melamine, but I'm going to grab it because I got that Cabbage Patch bowl the other day.
So this is pretty interesting to me. This is an oiled canvas bag. And then I was flipping it over. And it has this written on the back. Yeah, someone unloaded all the Reader's Digest. I think that's number 5 or 6 for the day. And then this is fun. The collected works of Robert Louis Stevenson, like Treasure Island. It's got like all his short stories in here, poems, Merry Men. It's a lot of fun stuff here.
It's mostly quilts and linens, a few books, so it shouldn't be too bad. This is going to be a really simple classic finish. I'm using DIY in White Swan. I'm going to probably do 2 coats, and then I will let that dry, wet distress it, and a little bit of clear gold and maybe dark wax, and that's it. Because this piece is so beautiful, it doesn't need a lot, but I'm trying to tone back that speckled 70s gold finish without like completely diminishing its sparkle. I'm actually not going to worry about getting into all the details because I'm going to wet distress back and I want some of the gold to pop through.
All right, Jamie got 1 coat on this.
And 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
That's all the detail. Like, this is definitely something I should have sprayed.
You know, though, it's going to look really good. It's like pretty much full coverage, even with the White Swan and the DIY paint. The clay base is so thick. It's basically like putting thick primer on there that's actual paint.
Just going to do touch up and then a few spots where it's streaky, but the second coat won't take me as long.
You know what's crazy? The gold wasn't bad, and it's going to look really good coming through, but I actually really like it just white like this.
Yeah, it's just really classic. It'll get a little more detail to it though. Okay, so first things first, we're using 220 sandpaper just to smooth out the top because it's got a little bit of a brush stroke situation. And then we're gonna wet distress all the detail to hopefully bring back the gold. You can see that a little bit of the gold is coming through, and I do plan on possibly using gold wax if I can't get enough of the shiny gold to come through.
I feel like the gold was kind of like an orangey gold. It wasn't super shiny before.
Yeah, and speckled, which we all know speckled orange gold is not my favorite. Cody, have we done too many videos today? You need me to play with your toy? Yeah. Hey, Rex. So this paint is really dry. I don't know how easy it's gonna come off.
The nice thing about the DIY paint is if you get it wet enough and you haven't sealed it yet, it will come off.
You can see. One of my tricks is sometimes I'll like get it wet and then let it sit for a minute and then come back.
Yep.
Oh, it's coming off.
Yep. Well,
You've been giving it some elbow grease?
yeah, I'm pushing pretty hard.
If you want it to be easier to wet distress, like don't wait too long. This we let it dry like 3 hours in the sun, and so it just really baked that clay on there. And it's very dry outside right now in Utah. No moisture in the air. Okay, so here it is, just wet distress. You could go ahead and clear wax it, and this piece would be gorgeous just like this. But we're gonna take it one step further. We're gonna clear wax, and some dark wax, and maybe some gold. All right, a brand new DIY clear wax. Super excited. We used our last one until there was none left.
Oh, can you go get something to wipe all that dust off the top
So
when I set it in?
this part doesn't have any dust because it was wet distress, so we're just clear wax it. But I will get the dust off of this before we clear wax.
All right, so used probably about a quarter of a jar of wax on this to get all this detail front and back around all the legs. And the back was painted, so I also waxed the back on there, but did a pretty good job and lots of wax left. And there's 2 big thick coats on the top that we will buff to get a nice sheen once we're all done. It just needs to cure up for a little bit. Barely clear wax this. The clear wax is not dry yet, and we're kind of blending in with the dark wax and just kind of hitting the details. And because this is DIY paint and nothing's cured up yet, I'm wiping back pretty fast and feathering those edges in because you don't want it to get super dirty. And then if I have too much, I'll come back through with the clear wax, and I'll probably show you that in a few spots, and just feather this in and lighten it up some.
Clear wax kind of works like an eraser and pulls back a little bit of the dark wax, but you can kind of see this is what it looks like with no wax, which is pretty, and this is what it looks like with wax, and it really just brings out that detail.
We got 2 legs done. I'm working my way across the bottom. Gonna do this top here with the dark wax. That hasn't been wiped off yet. This has been wiped off. So that's the dark wax look there. And then Jami's just coming back in with just little pops and hits of gold.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it everywhere. And I think we're probably gonna have to do a pan of this in the morning because it's too dark. You can't see all the good detail, but we're gonna finish this tonight, but tomorrow at the end of the video, we'll give you a slow pan so you can see what it looks like in the daylight.
All right, quick trip to the bins this week. We only waited for 1 change out, and they didn't change the books out on me, so I didn't get a whole ton of books this week. But
yeah, but we got some really cool quilts and a lot of fun stuff, and I'm really excited that we finished this sofa table because it's really pretty, and I haven't painted anything that ornate in a while. Look at that. Check it out. We'll do a slow pan of everything at the end so you can see what we bought and get a close-up look at the sofa table. If you need any paint products, visit JamiRayVintage.com, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY
and thrifting. We'll see you on the next episode.